In Stretton Sugwas, on the outskirts of Hereford, 26-year-old Shana Davis and 31-year-old Manny James are bringing up their young family. They first met 8 years ago.
We met for a friend, didn't we?
Yeah.
We have 2 children together. Kiara is 4 and Willow is nearly 3. They're absolutely amazing.
They're our passion, they're what we get up for, you know, they're everything. You know, I'm sure anyone with children knows exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
Although Manny and Shana are no longer a couple, they remain close friends committed to their young daughters. But as self-employed builder Manny works away a lot, Shana decided to move closer to her family.
I was just basically happy for Shana to move here and with the children, and I knew it would be a safe place.
Everyone's very helpful and people like to say hello, and people generally sort of go out their way a little bit here to try and help each other out, I would say, and it's a very nice place to live.
I've been here for 4 years and absolutely love it, to be honest.
Life was good until Shana got new neighbours, Gordon and Gail Bell, in the flat downstairs. Manny was visiting when they first arrived.
The tenants that were coming here brought their stuff here. Shana let them put their stuff on the lawn, and I helped them move their stuff into their flat.
Gordon, in particular, made an impression on Manny, for all the wrong reasons.
Considering everyone else that lives there, you know, he just stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
He came across quite rough, really, and I was sort of a very gnarly-looking man, really. You know, he probably wasn't the best person to hang around with or speak to too much, really.
You would hear, go and ask her for a fag, go and ask her for a fag. But I know that person is me, and within 10 minutes, the doorbell would ring. A knock at the door casually, like he knows me. Get a fag, please, love. And it was only a couple of weeks and I realised that, God, this guy's just never going to stop.
Very quickly, Gordon was asking for more than cigarettes.
So I've opened the door, Gordon stood here, and I've poked my head round like this. And he said, oh, I'm so sorry to ask you, love. Is it possible that I can borrow £10 off you?
Shana claims the request for cigarettes and money became relentless. And one day when Gordon was on her doorstep yet again, she decided this had to stop.
He said, well, I really do need £50. And I just said, well, you know, I'm really going to struggle with that. I just said to him, oh, do you know what, mate, I'm not going to do this. I think £10 is even a joke when I'm up here with 2 children on my own. And now you're knocking on my door for £50, do me a favour, don't ask me for anything ever again. And I just went in and closed the door.
I said, enough's enough. You don't flip and ask her for anything, otherwise, you know, because I'm going to get a bit angry now because I've had enough and I don't want you to talk to me again type thing. I stopped working away and basically moved back locally to make sure that Shana and the kids were safe, really.
With Manny close by, Gordon backed off knocking on Shana's door. But then another problem reared its ugly head, and Shana's earlier fears about the neighbours' dogs were realised.
I can't open any of the windows to the back of my property because just down below there in their garden is absolutely covered in dog mess.
Shana sort of said, like, look what's going on, and I sort of looked out. It was the girls' bedroom at the time, and I looked out the bedroom and it was just dog mess everywhere.
It's definitely a very strong smell of dog faeces and urine, really.
The hair has been left for weeks. My daughter is asthmatic. You know, this is a real health issue for her.
The dogs have sort of got a 6-foot square area of patio. I'm looking at it now, it's sort of a tidal wave of the excrement around the garden, really.
Disgusted by what he saw, Manny reported Gail and Gordon to the RSPCA, and he decided to let Gordon know what he'd done.
I approached him calmly and quite soft voice, you know, and I just sort of said like this, you know, Gordon, I've had to ring the RSPCA today. Look, this has got to stop, like type thing, mate. Otherwise, it's just going to end up worse, isn't it? And then oh, I'm going to ring the police on you. All you do is cause trouble.
Rather than solving the problem, Manny's honesty only made the situation worse.
Gordon went in the house, picked up the phone, must have rang 999, and you could hear him saying, oh yeah, he's just threatened to kill me.
Within maybe 10 minutes, the police had arrived. I just made a beeline straight towards the police officer.
And I said, like, look, this is absolutely silly. Like, he said, well, I'm gonna have to arrest you and take you down to Hereford to question you about this matter.
Manny denies he threatened to kill Gordon, but the police had to follow procedure due to the seriousness of the accusation.
I just could not believe that he had just been arrested. Just why? There was just no reason. You can't arrest someone for telling someone you've rang the RSPCA on them.
And I felt he was just really going out of his way to be a nuisance and a pain, really. And I was trying my best to sort of approach this guy in a calm fashion, and I just never seemed to get anywhere with him. I was either lying or making it up, you know. I would say I was quite angry, really.
Without proof, no charges were brought against Manny. The RSPCA found no evidence of neglect, but the relationship between the neighbours was now hostile, and things were about to explode into violence.
I'd returned home and I'd my push bike. I basically walked around here, and as I got to about this point here, I could hear a commotion going on. I can hear him now shouting at the top of his voice. I've just gone, shut the bloody hell up. And then within 5–10 minutes, I've heard their front door slam like this, and loud music going and wheels spinning off up the road, which I now know that it was Gordon driving off.
Gordon had stormed off out of his home, but he would soon return, even angrier than before.
About an hour later, Gordon got out in an aggressive fashion. He kicked this gate open. He's come up to me and he said, I'm gonna kill you. And then he's hit me to the left-hand side of my face. And with that, I grabbed him round the shoulders and I've thrown him straight through there, so he went straight through this area here.
And I just heard a big thud, so I instantly just ran down the stairs. Just ran straight outside.
I was pushing down with my knee to hold him down.
And Gordon's just like a wild man, foaming at the mouth.
And he was just saying, I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna kill your family.
Gail stood down the path here, and I was saying, get your husband in the house now.
I released him and we walked back.
And then there was a post here.
And then Gordon's come over in a rage and gone, like shouting and screaming. He grabbed hold of this post, he lunged it down, swung it behind his head.
And he just started going towards Manny, swinging it.
He's come up and he's hit the corner of this wall here.
And when it hit there, it broke, so it was sharp on both ends.
I'm gonna have you. And I'm jumping back like this.
Manny actually jumped back to stop himself getting stabbed.
Just basically was trying to stab me with it like this. I'm gonna kill you, you're a bastard.
I was just saying, just come in and close the door.
I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna die.
And Gordon's then gone running into his home.
I'm gonna kill you.
And he's opening the door and he's slamming it 10 or 15 times. Bang, bang, bang. At this point, I was in tears.
I've told Shana to get in. I was physically shaking with fear, basically. And then I could hear him on the phone to the police saying, you better come and arrest me because I'm going to kill him.
One police officer on his own ran through that gate. Get in there, he's going to kill us all. And before you know it, there's lots more police officers here.
I was genuinely scared, and Shana was the same too. We were genuinely in fear.
Gordon was arrested for affray, criminal damage and common assault, charges he denied. But in June 2017, he was convicted of criminal damage and affray towards Manny James, but cleared of assault by beating. He was given an 18-month prison sentence, suspended for 2 years, and ordered to complete 180 hours of unpaid work. Gail and Gordon declined to be interviewed, but Gail did tell us there are two sides to every story, and that she had actually reported Shana to the council, as she felt she was deliberately harassing them.
The noise from Shana's flat was horrendous, with loud music all the time. I have MS, and both Shana and Manny knew this, but continued to torment and bully us. The thing is, this has been going on for a long time, way before that court case. Gordon held his tongue despite all the crap from Manny and Shana for 2 years before that happened. The noise and abuse was witnessed by the Housing Association, and they eventually moved us.
Shana denies Gail's allegations, but says that when she was taken to court, she accepted a general form of undertaking, promising that she would not play loud music or engage in behaviour which would alarm or harass Gail and Gordon Bell. Although they are no longer neighbours, the impact of the dispute still stings for Shana and Manny.
Financially, this has cost me a lot, you know, because I haven't been able to work away, and that money of being able to work away brings a lot into my family, and I obviously want to support my family and better them.
I don't feel that I should have to give up my home and move. To be honest, none of this should have ever happened.